Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? I'm just gonna say pretty good here, because what else is going on, right? Juicer, bud. Anyways, pretty good here. Anyways, I got a box of parts from this timing chain thingy here we're gonna look at a little bit later on here. I am just running things here on the AC. I went over to my auto parts guy here, and they don't have the R134A in the small little can, guys. He's like, oh, well, you can buy it in the big, big canisters. I'm like, oh, well, I don't need that much. I'm not charging like 1,500 cars here. I just need like, 3 ounces or whatever in my truck here. So all he sold me, and he says it'll work, it's fine, it's compatible, is this stuff, and it's 12A. I know some of you are saying, God, don't mix that stuff in there. Well, the guy over there said it's okay, and I'm reading on Google here, and what does it say here? Oh, hang on a sec, we'll flip around here. It says Red Tech 12A is compatible with 12R or 134A systems. So 12A, that's the stuff we got here, is the 12A, Red Tech 12A. So it says it's compatible with our R134A systems, including metal components, mineral and synthetic, ester and PAG lubricants, compressor motor material, seals, gasket rings, and material. Now, I don't know if I have a butyl rubber hose, but anyways, it says it's compatible. The guy at the auto parts store said it was compatible. I don't know if it's a good idea to mix it with having the system evacuated and then restarting with the 12A, but you know what? At this point, I really don't care. Something's wrong with it. It's going to need fixed anyways, or whatever. It's ticking me off so much. I just want to try something. I've got it running here. We've got the windows open. We got her on max, normal AC, not in-car AC, and we're showing 11.3 Celsius or 52.5 Fahrenheit. That seems kind of warm to me. So I'm gonna go hook on a can here, and I've actually already got a can on the thing. I think there's still some in it. It doesn't look like it's used up too much. Oh, I just want this thing to work, for frig's sakes. Oh, I'm never ever going back to that dealership ever again for frickin', even to take a dump. Well, I might do that. But anyway, so this says it's compatible. Like I say, I don't know whether you're supposed to evacuate and vacuum the whole system before you put this in, but I'm gonna try something before I gotta go in, and they're gonna have to charge me to evacuate and recharge the system anyways at a reputable air conditioning place. So if I put this in, it might damage a few components. What's an extra $400, $500? Oh my God. They're gonna charge you anyways. You might as well redo the whole bloody system and start right from new. I don't know. I'm at the point where I really don't care anymore. I just want to see if this is going to work, kind of thing. So we've got. You can tell I'm a little frustrated. I'm just ticked, that this has just been going this way, and unfortunately, I feel like I've been kind of shafted by the dealership. But so, anyways, that's ripping. It's funny, it's showing half a tank of gas, but I'm pretty sure there's not that much gas in this thing, so we better get at this. So, okay, let's get you on the tripod. So yeah, we're showing 11.8. I'm just gonna let it run a few more minutes here, and put the gauge on here and see what the gauge is showing me. So we've got the same, oh no, this has got dye in it, this can. I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference. It's not ozone depleting, so you can just let her go, I guess. I don't know. It's bad for the environment. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be selling it to you, so let's get this in a position here and we'll let her go. Okay, so I guess you can kind of see here the sun's kind of shining a bit on us here, so I just want to hook this guy on here. The new hoses don't come with gauges on it, which I thought was kind of interesting. Okay, so I got to look at our ambient temperature right now too, which I left the phone in the truck. Celsius out here right now, and got a little chart guy here once I find it. So 20 should be 35 to 45 psi, and I'm showing actually about 39. Interesting. About 39. Okay, so yeah, it should be about 40 to 50 psi. I'm going to allow a little bit for some humidity because it's pretty warm out here. So 27 degrees Celsius should be 40 to 50 psi. So right now I'm on 40. 40 right now, so I wouldn't mind to see at least 45 come on there. I'm just going to scoot around here and just make sure the compressor is running, which it is, and I'm showing about 40 there, so I'm going to charge it up a little bit here just to see if I can get up to at least 45. See if that brings any vent temps down at all, or what. I'm probably going to have to zoom these out a little bit here. So we want to, there's a little seal on the can here. I should show you that before I puncture it. Oh, I can't do that now because I got this on here. There's a little seal on there. You got to puncture open. There's a little needle in there. When you turn this little tap guy down, it'll puncture it. Now, you probably should bleed the air out of the hose, but I don't exactly know how you do that. So we're probably going to get a little bit of air in the system here, which I know is not a really good thing either, but it's not a super huge long hose. Just not sure how I would bleed it out of here. As soon as I got to think about this, because as soon as I puncture this, I got to screw it down really fast. And it should walk itself off. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen here. I'm just going to zoom you out a little more. That's closed, so now this shouldn't come out here. And we're all good there, so maybe I'll try to bleed a bit of the air out of it. Okay, I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I don't really have the proper gauges for this type of job here, so okay, so we're at just a little bit over 40. I wouldn't mind to see a little bit more. Like, it doesn't need much, just a little bit. Okay, we put a little bit in there. We're at about 43. Put a little more in. We're at about 40. There now. Change a whole lot. A little bit more 40. We're about 45 there now. There's 45. Okay, so get you a shot of that gauge there, maybe if I can. So we're about 45 there now. So we put in about five extra pounds. So let's just leave that cycle and we'll go see if we have any different vent temps now, if that helped at all. Okay, so we're about half of what they recommend for our ambient temperature outside. Maybe it's not going to get any better. I don't know. I'm actually showing like 12 degrees now. That friggin' crap, eh? I don't want to overcharge it. It definitely doesn't seem like it's going to get any cooler. That's interesting. Now, what happens if I put it on... I might have to end up taking this thing somewhere to get someone else to actually charge it right. And if we put it on max AC, I don't know, it's dropping a bit there, but I really don't think it's a good idea to mix this stuff, but two sources I've talked to and I read on there, it said it's okay, so I don't know, just not sure what to think. Now we're not driving right now, I understand that, like we need a little more air to come over the condenser, but you know, we could button things up there and go for a little tour just to see if it kind of comes back a bit. Probably should give it a little bit of a run. So cooling down a bit better on the max AC, but see, whenever I had it out to the dealership guys there, they always seemed to give it back to me and it was always on max AC, and they're like, oh, it's blowing pretty cold. I'm like, well, yeah, because it's on max AC. It's already drawing in cold air, so it doesn't have to recool it again. But the friggin' crap. So 8.1 seems like the best we're gonna get. There's 8 degrees. I mean, that's pretty cold. 7.9. Maybe I'll take it for a little drive. I have to go get gas anyway, so I'll take it for a spin here and see what we can get it down to. I probably won't be able to record that though, but I'll let you know what I see driving around. Wow, just stopped at a light. The best I'm seeing is 8.2-ish, I think was the best. So it doesn't seem like it's really done anything. I'm kind of wondering now, maybe it needs something else, like something stuck. I can't remember the name of that part, but something may not be quite right, but I mean, it's working. We're at 8 degrees there now, so you know, that's all right. 7.9. I'm gonna leave it for a while, just, you know, run it a couple hot days, maybe go on a little tour to see how it is. And if I find that it's still not satisfactory, we'll have to take it somewhere, I guess, somewhere else and get it fixed. So see what they can do. 7.5. You know, that's not bad, but that's still 45 degrees. I'd like to see around 40, but anyways, light's green, gotta go. Going along here, I got 42. Too bad. It's up a bit now. I guess this compressor is probably cycling a little bit there, but 43. That's not too bad, really, you know. I'm almost happy with that. I'll have to keep an eye on things though, you know, and just see what's going on. But when we get back here, I'm gonna check pressures again to see how pressures are looking against our ambient temperatures again. So I turned some speed down now too to see what it does when it's not blowing so much air through it. Once we get parked here, we're home now, so let's see, we're down, oh, that's far enough. We're down to, well, it's cycling a little bit because I got the windows closed. down to 6 something there, I thought. 7.7. And that's, I convert that for you. It's around 45 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to see it a little lower, but you know what? That's not bad. That's pretty good. And it does go a bit colder. Ugh. I'm too fat. I can't reach my thing. That's this thing, not the other thing. I'm pretty happy with that. I should, just for fun, go and test drive a brand new truck just to see what that temperature is. But anyways, I'm just gonna go check the pressures again here. I am actually 31 degrees, so it's pretty warm ambient. So we'll have to check our chart again just to see how things are laying. Yeah, I'm just gonna plunk you there. The little valve is closed. I just feel pretty cold on that cold low side here. So right now we're a little bit under 40, and we're going to say that ambient temperature of 31. It should 45 to 55 psi. So it's actually showing low here right now. But I really don't want to add any more stuff to it. So it should be 45. It's actually come down from what it was at, so I guess maybe it's leveled off a bit. I don't really know. I don't think there's much left in this can. Air conditioning's stupid, and when it starts to really screw up, it's even dumber. Yeah, that's dipping way down though. I don't know if I like that. Well, when in doubt, add more. When in doubt, add more. And I know you're supposed to do this stuff by weight, but I don't have a scale really to measure. So we're just going to do it until it explodes. Probably open up my other door here. We're just gonna do it until she explodes. Boom! That'd make good video. So between 45 and 55 psi. I'm still actually low compared to the ambient temperature, but I don't know. I don't think there's much left. Sure if I got a leak, or you know, those guys when they did my engine here again, they might have, I don't know, they might have undone something. Really don't know. Well, it's 45 there now. I'm not going to go any more, I don't think, than that. Really don't think I better. I'll be surprised. But the compressor is running. See if we can see that. You can see that front electronic pulleys engaged there. So she's running. Oh, cars! I think they want you to buy a new car every year. You sure as heck seems like it, doesn't it? Man, oh man. Oh man. So it's still doing this cycling thing. Seems to go up to around 48 degrees, and then when it's not cycling, it's down to around that 42. So that's, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just puzzled why it's doing that cycling. Is it doing that to prevent it from icing up? You know, with the humidity and stuff, it shuts it off and lets it melt off again, and then turns it back on again and cools it. Like, I don't know. Seems like that's what it's doing, but seems pretty cool now. The 42. That's pretty decent. Let's see what the Celsius goes to here. 6.1, 6.2. Most of the cycles are off. 7, 6.8. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy, I think, with that. Even though, not comparing models, but the Toyota got down to 2.9 degrees Celsius or something. It's damn near freezing, like a freezer in there. But you know, I'm pretty happy with this now. I think this will be all right. But I'll have to let her run, you know, for a couple hot days. We'll take a road trip somewhere, you know, give her a good run and see how she's looking. But that's pretty decent, I think. I'm pretty happy with that. For now, anyways. 5 point, whoa, that's getting... But anyways, let's head her back and let's have a look at all these frickin' parts that they saved for me here, and we'll see what we got. Box of goodies. All right, so driving, I'm pretty actually happy with everything, I think now. It was just down a little bit, I guess. Oh, she shut her down, bud. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with things right now. I'm gonna let her maybe sit overnight, start it up again tomorrow, and check my pressures again. See how everything's looking. Maybe I'll check it once more right now too. Just to say I did, and we're 6.9. I'm just sitting here, and it was a bit cooler driving. It was, I think I got, oh, what the heck is that? Oh, that's my little cover guy. I got her down to, I think, 4.2 or something like that. So I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. Well, we're still showing like that's just cycled off now. Sure builds up pressure when it's sitting there until it starts pumping it again. 35. It's not exactly where it should be, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna leave her for now. But yeah, driving along, it did cool a little better, so I had her down to like 4.3. That's pretty good. I don't want to put any more in, so. But anyways, I got a box of parts here. Let's, pardon me, shut her all down here, and we'll see box of parts. All right, so I haven't even looked at it yet. I just brought her home. So it's heavy. I don't exactly know what we're going to be into here, but there's a box and then 2, 3, 4 other boxes. So what do we got here? It's funny, I don't see a timing chain anywhere. I see these phasers. That's the phaser, for the variable valve timing. Not exactly sure how they work and what was wrong with them, why they needed replaced. It's heavy though. It's a heavy thing and they're spinning. There's, I think, all the timing marks, I believe, and then there's, I think those are the timing marks if I remember that Buddy's video there. There's oil in it though, but it's funny, it's not very clean looking oil, and I change it out quite often. So and that's, I guess, the torque to yield bolt. They can only use once. Special. Yeah, it's funny, they are full of oil, I guess, but oil sure doesn't look very clean. That looks like another phaser. So same deal again. I guess they need it done. They're like $200 a piece or something like that. And then these little boxes, well, maybe this is the phaser. I don't know now. Huh. That might be the phaser. Well, I guess there's... I'm trying to think of that video now. That's a timing mark. That's a timing mark. This might be the other part of it. So, wow, that's interesting that they didn't include a timing chain. Okay then, well then, interesting. Now I'm really concerned of what they actually replaced, because there's no tensioners here, there's no frickin' timing chain here. All I got is like those 4 gears and that's it. So now I'm really wondering. Well, there's the bill of what they had replaced. So we've got 2 sprocket camshaft, 2 belt timing. So those sprockets alone were $445. Whatever the belt timing, $113.52. 2 bolts, 4 bolts actually, 2 of each, $15.15 we'll say. Tensioner timing B was $100. There's 2 of them. They're not in the box. I'd like to have looked at them actually, because that's the fault of it right there. Oh my god, is it that hard? Seal assembly crankshaft, that was apparently 0. That's friggin' good. Maybe that come with something. Gasket something 1106. Gasket something 1106. 1244, sorry. Bolt flange hex. I think those are those bolts that we've seen there. 1312, and there's only 1 of them. That doesn't make sense. Now I don't understand what cam is. Cam 22604. I don't have a camshaft in there, so I don't know what they're on about. Would have been nice if they included all these friggin' parts back to me. You know, I paid for them. I want the old parts back. Is that hard? And antifreeze, which I had to go back to the dealership this morning because the frickin' overflow bottle guy there was like right empty. So I'm like, what the frig? So they charged me $22.43 for that. So, oh my god. Not exactly too happy, but you know what? It seems to be running. But anyways, that's it for today, I guess. We'll maybe call the air conditioning fixed right now. It seems to be working pretty good. It's pretty cold, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm a little bit kind of wondering what they actually did on my truck. How do you know they're not screwing you off, you know? Like, just because all the parts that they say they used on paper is on paper doesn't mean they actually put that into it. They might have reused the old timing chain, you know, which apparently was replaced 30,000 K ago, but was that one? Like, you don't know what they're doing. That's why I like doing stuff on my own, myself, but that job you need a lot of specialty tools and stuff, so. Oh man. That is going to be the last time I ever go back to that dealership kind of thing again, you know. I am never going there again, so oh my god. It just, they put the smile on their face like, yeah, we screwed you. And it's like, yeah, okay. What goes around comes around, bud. Eventually. It might take a while, but eventually goes around comes around, we'll say. So anyways, really gonna have to listen to cold startups on this. I'm gonna maybe try to let it sit for 3 or 4 days here now, and then do a grimy old cold start on her and see if it makes any noises at startup. If it does, oh man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. If it does, oh man. Maybe we'll just trade her and then just get rid of it. Start with something else. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, I guess that's it for today. I'm getting all flustered and, you know, mad and stuff again here, and I want to just wreck stuff. But anyways, better not. So you guys have a good day. Thanks again for watching. I do think the air conditioning is working fine now, but I want to let this thing sit for, you know, like I say, 3 or 4 days to do its cold soak, I think they call it, which basically kind of bleeds off tension on the chain there, and the timing chain, and we'll see what happens. But really ticks me off that I didn't have tensioners in there to look at. I didn't have a timing chain to look at. Whatever cam is. And from what I could see, there seemed to be an extra set of gear parts in there rather than, you know, other parts that were on the list. So it's like, what the frig? What the frig is going on here? Like, frig. Like you guys said, stealership. Sounds about right to me. But anyways, gotta go with, whoa, almost dropped you. Thanks again for watching, and, you know, for watching and all that stuff. I sure do appreciate it. And hopefully it's somewhat interesting. But you know, don't kill me for putting R12 into a 134A, because apparently it should work. So I just seem to drop the temperatures actually a fair bit. So although the pressures were a little questionable there, they started pretty good, and then after a bit they kind of seemed to sort of maybe level off kind of where we started. So I'm like, okay. That pretty much was that whole can of stuff in there. So I'm like, what's going on here? But it is blowing pretty cold, so I'll have to keep an eye on it. And if something happens, we'll have to, I guess, get it to another shop. There's a few shops in town here that specialize in air conditioning stuff, and they'll probably know right off the bat, oh yeah, it needs a blah 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 blah. Oh, that's a 2013. Oh yeah, it probably needs a blah blah blah. It's stuck or whatever, you know. We'll fix that for you. So now we're in the shop, where we go. Who knows? But as for right now, it's blowing cold, so I'm pretty happy. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you all later, and have yourselves a good night.